ABC Kinderteach presents Going Down Home with Daddy, written by Kelly Starling, Lyons, illustrated by Daniel Minter. On reunion morning, and a reunion is when you get together with your cousins and your aunts, your uncles, your grandma and grandpa, and anybody else that's related to you. We rise before the sun, Daddy hums as he packs our car with suitcases and a cooler full of snacks. He says there's nothing like going down home. So they must be going to where they used to live, or maybe where the dad grew up, and they're getting together with other people. We leave when the sky is still dark with sleep. Just means it's very dark out. Sis closes her eyes, but mine stay wide open. I watch as we drive from city streets to flowing highways. And flowing highways just means highways just go on and on and on. Under a sweep of sparkling stars. And when it says a sweep of sparkling stars, it just means the sky was filled with stars. Little Alan, Mama says after a while, you better catch some Z's while you can. And catching some Z's just means get some sleep. I try to rest, but can't stop smiling. Soon I'll get to see my great-grandma Granny and hang out with my cousins. But when I look at my hands, empty as the road in front of us, my grin fades, which means he stops smiling. The anniversary celebration. An anniversary is something that happens at the same time each year, like the day you get married, for example. I bet everyone will have something to share except me. I doze off in a cloud of worry, which means a lot of worries, and wake to sunbeams tickling my face. This means the sun is shining on his face. I squint and see a familiar John Deere tractor store, a store that he recognizes, and a gray silo standing at attention. And this is what a gray silo might look like. We're almost there. Sis and I sit up straight as pines, or pine trees, when we see Granny's wood frame house. She's right where we left her after last year's reunion, scattering corn, or throwing around corn, for her chickens like tiny bits of gold. There she is, Sis shouts. So that must be Granny. Granny spreads her arms wide and wraps us both inside. My, she says, and showers our cheeks with peppermint kisses. And showers just means gives a lot of kisses. I missed you so. All afternoon, a parade of family comes home. Just means people kept showing up. Grandma Loretta and Grandpa James, aunts and uncles, and more cousins than I can count. Got a head just like your daddy, Uncle Jay teases me. Daddy's eyes twinkle. Now, I know you're not talking about heads. Can't take them anywhere, Grandma Loretta says, laughing. While the grown-ups catch up, which means they visit, we cousins run to the fence to visit Granny's cow and goats. You doing something for the celebration? Isaiah asks Sis. Singing Granny's favorite song, His Eye is on the Sparrow, she says. How about you? Reading Mother to Son by Langston Hughes. I made a scrapbook in Granny's favorite color, blue, Devin says. You got something, little Alan? I kick a stone and my eyes start to burn. He's feeling bad because he doesn't have anything to give Grandma, at least not yet. Ready for a tractor ride? Sis asks, saving me from having to answer. I swallow hard and climb into the trailer with Sis and Mama. I lean against the hay as Daddy drives us past the smokehouse and fishing pond and rumbles by a field dotted with puffs of white. And they're talking about cotton. And cotton looks like this when it's on the plant. Cotton has been on this land a long time, just like us, Daddy says. Pa would drive your Uncle Jay and me on a tractor just like this one. Look to your left, Pa would say. Look to your right. The land just seems to go on forever. Everything you see, Pa told us, is ours. I think about what Daddy said and sit up tall. Pa is gone, but this is our time to come together and remember. Daddy's words make me want to share more than ever. When the ride stops, I ask him what to do. Think with your heart, little Alan, Daddy says. That's what Pa always told me. Just then we hear Granny. Come on and get this food while it's hot, she calls from the porch. We dash inside. The dining room overflows with love-made dishes. Dishes made in a caring way. Smoked turkey, collards, look like this when they're on the plant. Mac and cheese, okra, fried okra looks like this. And tomatoes, and biscuits oozing with mayhaw jelly. And that's what mayhaw jelly is made from. Just the way Dad likes. Hand in hand we create a ring inside the house Pa built for Granny. Heart to heart we share what we're thankful for. Nothing is more important than family, Granny says, tearing up as she looks at every face. Amens all around. Amens just means that's right or I believe. On Sunday, I feel sick. Not a fever and sneezing sick, but a wish I had more time sick. The celebration starts at dusk, almost nighttime. Get a move on, little Alan, Grandma Loretta says. You know Granny doesn't play. Growing up, we never missed a service. At church, Daddy points to the spot where he and Uncle Jay performed a duet. Two people played instruments at the same time on trombone, and trumpet. My hands were shaking so much I could barely play, Daddy says. But then I saw Granny smiling. My jitters went away. I wonder if looking at Granny will help me. But when our eyes meet, all I can think about is being the only kid with nothing to say. I wonder if he's going to have anything to say. I think so. I think he just has to figure out what he's going to say. After service, we head back to Granny's and change into our reunion t-shirts. Shirts that say, "Oh, this is our reunion." Generations of our family smile from every wall. Lots of pictures of family on the wall. Mama, Sis, and I peer at black and white pictures of Pa and Granny. Their eyes, brave and bold, remind me of Daddy's. You have their eyes too, Mama says. That's when it comes to me. I think about everything I see when I'm here. I think about the tractor ride and Daddy's stories. I think about walking in Pa's and Granny's footsteps in those of our people and native people long before. I think and collect treasures from our land. I lift my head to the sun. So that's what he's going to do. He's going to talk about all the things that he loves about being with family and at Granny's place. Just before night falls, we sit outside on porch steps and metal lawn chairs. It's celebration time. Our people were stolen from Africa and shipped to this continent in chains, Daddy says. But no one could lock away their dreams. They dreamed on this land during slavery. They dreamed on this land as they made a way out of no way and fought Jim Crow. And Jim Crow is old laws that were meant to be mean to black people. 75 years ago, a farmer and a teacher bought this land. Daddy gazes at Granny. And look at us now. One after another, cousins offer their tributes, things done to show their respect and that they're thankful for what Granny and Pa did. Sis's song makes Granny's eyes shine, which means it kind of made her almost cry. Isaiah's poem gets everyone nodding, like, yes, you're right. Then I step forward. Is he going to be nervous? I feel like a spotlight is blazing just on me, like a bright light is shining on him because he feels like everybody is looking at him. I look down and say nothing. It's okay, little Alan, Sis whispers. I lift my head and see gleaming smiles, bright and happy smiles. I try again. Cotton for the quilts. There's quilt. Granny made to keep her children warm, I say, holding a white cloud in my fingers. A pecan for the trees Pa planted and all the kids love to climb. I pinch dirt and let it rain to the ground, which means let dirt pieces fall to the ground. And earth for land that's ours as far as we can see. Fireflies wink and whirl in a carnival, like a circus, around us. That's all right, I hear Granny say. Dad flashes a thumbs up. I grin at the moon. It glows back at me. We're a mighty family, Daddy booms. Mighty, we roar back. Then we try to make the night stretch on forever as grown-ups slap cards or play cards and checkers against tables. We cousins dig through old trunks and laugh until our hearts explode with joy. And the old trunks probably have lots of old clothes and toys maybe in it, so they are enjoying looking at the old stuff. Too soon our goodbye morning comes. We hug all the way to the door. Then we climb into our car and watch Granny and her house shrink and disappear, which means they were driving farther and farther away from the house, so everything kept getting smaller. When we go down home with Daddy, everything we see holds a piece of him and us. We head up the highway thinking about family and dreaming about next year.